thank you for this, not for the opportunity for me to come here and interview you. You have done a certain amount of elbow grease in order to allow this to happen. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I wonder
Happy to be here.
Yeah, you see, yes, so am I. The thing is, it's impulse. What did I feel when I saw you on stage introducing all these? You introduced even me when I was doing my bits and bobs.
I remember,
But the impressions I was having at the time, it's as though you have been doing this for a long time. Have you been presenting people from the point of view of an MC? Have you been doing it a long time?
I have to disappoint you and say I haven't at all. The first time when I presented you in our last show, Say Something 4, was actually the first time I'd ever MC'd or ever hosted.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I have, and I was very nervous about it. You'd know, I definitely broke down a couple of times before the show, very nervous about it. But luckily, Deborah Stevenson, which is the founder of Mouthy Poets, she's an excellent MC and host, and she was giving us so many tips on how to be, and she believed in me. I didn't even put myself forward to host it. Deborah kind of picked me and said, you should go and host it because I believe in you, which is amazing, but very scary. But I did it, and now I have feedback from someone like yourself, which is amazing, and I really appreciate that feedback. It makes me want to develop myself more and do more hosting now.
Yes, that makes me feel good. From the point of view of my Jamaican background, they've been saying things like greater than greater cake, if you get my meaning. But now I must try and focus on your poetry, because what struck me again is you're sort of introspective, melancholy and soul searching, which was not quite, you'd say, positive, full blast. When you're presenting, you sound three-dimensional up to multi-dimensional, but you sound as a quiet, private person. And I was so entranced by your poetic outlook and presentation that I am tempted to ask you to give us an excerpt of your poem.
Okay, I can give you a small snippet of the poem that I performed, Say Something 4. It's the title of the poem is Cover Me with Lace and Not Bruises.
Yes.
So she's searching for warmth in a thin lace shawl. She's wrapping it over her arms to cover the bruises, but it barely covers her heart. Her breath is cloudy with excuses. She used to say his words, not hers. No one's ever loved me like he has. No one's even known me like he has. Who else would want me? It must be true love. She waited for this to make sense to her while he convinced her with scripture. She was disobedience in the act. Every doubt he saw in her, he took as a fact. She became a bad actor, not knowing character, but looking at the face paint that her bruises made and feeling the bumps and hills across her face. A small little snippet for you.
Yes, it brings out the parallelisms between. It's almost like a rhetorical situation, because I'm thinking metaphorical, different levels, mystery and imagination. And you're so very good at capturing one situation moving in. It's almost like as one door is closed, another is open. I could listen to you for hours, because you have, there are elements there of the withdrawn, and this is why I can't understand why you are so effervescent and buoyant and bubbling. And when you're presenting, that shows me that you've got a kind of drama background. Probably you improvise when you're presenting, and this is what I'm wishing I could get there. I will.
I've got no acting background at all.
No?
Only I think for GCSE drama I did like in secondary school. That's it. I haven't done any GCSE drama. From there, I gave up acting completely. But I would say I'm a very emotional person, and I'm very expressive. So my friends always say to me, "Oh, Sacha, I can tell exactly what you're thinking by your face expressions." And I think that's what it is. I think for poetry, I can just be myself, and I can put myself out there and express it exactly how I would express it normally. in a normal situation, or if it's an intense poem in an intense situation, that's how I would feel and that's how I would express it. So that's pretty much what it is. Just me being myself, I suppose. Yeah.
And I'm saying to close that an organization the likes of Mouthy Poets
Yeah.
is very fortunate to have somebody like you to inspire them to continue. So today is a big day for
Yes.
Mouthy Poets.
That's
and
true.
please expect me, because I will be coming here again and
Oh,
again.
you're always welcome,
and
Pitman.
again.
We love you here. You're like a mouthy poet to us.
Now you have made my day. Once a Pitman Browne, always a Pitman Browne.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
That's all right.